And what would happen is that as I was walking back from the shop, I would be so overwhelmed with hunger that I would take out my key, puncture the plastic lid, open
You're doing
it.
a key of chicken thighs. When the guys come out of the toilet at the comedy club and you can just tell their keys dripping with chicken juice.
It's like when they do a bust in a movie. Put the key in the chicken. Rub it on your gums. Yeah, this is chicken.
It's good stuff.
Wait, it's
also just... Yeah, that was good.
It would be a yo with a J, which is very Nordic.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo. Or like German. The German rappers. God, and they do exist as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Continental rap.
Speaking of Germany, I have an update on your favorite.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I was in Germany last weekend.
Mm.
Having
The cut of your shirt suggests that it is a sort of a Christmas Carol-esque pajamas.
That's true. It will look
You
like
should
the
see
buttons
the
go all the way
button.
down.
I left my nightcap at home.
Riley's barely slept. He was visited by 4 ghosts.
Yeah.
And they're all here today.
Yeah, I was visited by the ghost of Milo, the ghost of Marjolein, Olga, and Pierre.
Yeah.
Shogun present. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
I just thought of how funny it is, like, to be the ghost of the present. Like, you're just turning up and making the most topical references possible.
You are in bed.
It's always slightly out of date because it took you a second to say it.
Yeah.
It's really frustrated.
It's the ghost of the tortoise that Achilles is chasing.
Yeah.
So what would you be?
Oh, that's
Yeah, you're
gorgeous.
just turning up and being like, oh, what up? You fell asleep harder than Liam Payne fell off that balcony.
No!
And
Milo!
then the ghost of Christmas Future is like, well, that feels dated
Sorry,
to me.
that's the ghost of too soon.
Well, actually, by the time
Sorry, I get visited by slightly different ghosts.
by the time this comes out, though,
won't be
it will
too
be the
soon
ghost
anymore.
of Christmas, like a few weeks ago, like the ghost of January 16th.
And the ghost of Christmas Past is going to be furious at Ghost of Christmas Present because he's like, every time he's out of date, he's like, why are you stepping on my toes? That's mine then.
There's
This is my area.
What about this? The ghost of Christmas very recent past, like the 27th. The ghost of that time where nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's a ghost that sort of forgets to visit you because it's too busy watching TV.
I'm the ghost of 8 years ago. Pokemon Go!
Okay, sorry, but that's still really current and fun. And there's a really new fun event on right now with, well, I forgot their names. I don't care for the electric ones. Never mind.
What, are you talking about Pokemon Go?
Yeah,
Why don't-
Magnetrons. They're up
Oh,
to
those
something
type
right
of
now.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
For a
So
second,
you
I
and
thought
Sam
you...
Lake play Pokemon Go.
I play Pokemon Go. I live by Pokemon.
Do you play with Helen Bauer as well?
Yeah, but I have to send her the
Helen Bauer's
same
like
present.
so advanced.
So every day I go to the same place to get her a present from the same location, but it's coming to be like a cross I have to bear because I have to walk to this conservative club.
They've got the best Pokemon.
And then
The most Tory Pokemon
I have
available.
to go there every day to spin their stop and get the gifts to give to Helen so she knows I'm still alive. Like, I'm doing
Pokemon
well.
go to the polls, indeed.
Which conservative club has all the Pokemon?
I don't want to dox myself.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, of course.
okay.
Sorry.
I
One
will
of
take
them.
a detour on my walk home at like 1 a.m.
Do you live
to
by
go to
like...
the Tories and get some Pokemon.
So a guy in a 3-piece suit flipping a coin outside the Conservative Club. Hey, toots.
Wait.
How do you feel about privatization?
Wait. Your model of a Tory is like a sort of 1920s gumshoe, like carnival huckster.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I get that, but it's the aesthetics aren't quite
Only
right.
spiritually.
What
What is the most right-wing seeming Pokemon?
Ooh.
Isn't there one with a monocle?
No, that's the Monopoly Man.
No,
I swear
he
there's
does
one with
not
a
have a
monocle.
Wait, is
monocle.
it Mr. Peanut?
No,
Are we Mandela affecting right now?
You're Mandela affecting
Is it that
big time.
Mr. Peanut has a monocle.
Yes, Mr. Peanut has a monocle.
Is Mr.
Monopoly
Peanut-
Man doesn't
Monopoly
have a
Man
monocle.
has a monocle on one
Is
chance
Mr. Peanut a
card.
Tory?
There's one chance card where he wears a monocle, and that was enough to trip up everyone we've ever known.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you had
Which
this much
chance-
in-depth Monopoly knowledge.
No,
Or
I'm,
Mandela effect
I'm really
knowledge.
obsessed with the Mandela effect.
Which chance card has the monocle?
I don't know, but I feel like he's trying to read something. So maybe the beauty contest. Maybe he's trying to
yeah,
judge
the
the
results.
looks.
Maybe that's why he only got second place in the beauty contest, because he wouldn't take off his monocle. They couldn't see. They could only see one of his beautiful peepers.
It's like a version of She's All That. But like it's just a Monopoly man takes off his monocle.
And they all go,
You're like, wow.
Takes off his top hat, shakes out his hair.
The new but not improved Monopoly man.
I swear
That's
one
what
of
she
the-
says. It's so empowering.
No one's going to take that nerdy industrialist to the prom. Look at him. He driving that shoe around the school. He's a loser.
He's always hanging out with his little dog.
Yeah.
Every Christmas giving his wife another iron.
Remember,
I swear one of the fucking psychic Pokemon has a monocle. I'm still stuck on this.
I think you're thinking about Mr. Alakazam or
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to
I
make
searched
one of those right now. Actually,
I
How do you
searched
make an
trying
Alakazam?
I've had a Kadabra as my friend for so long. So whenever I walk anywhere, he finds candy, and if he finds enough candy, I can turn Kadabra into Alakazam.
I see.
I've
quite
got
a
more
sentence.
questions than I
I've
did.
not felt like, when you're a small child and you go up to your auntie and uncle you've not seen in 2 years and you tell them about a cartoon you've been watching. That's what I felt like with you two.
Yeah,
right
big time.
That's nice.
I didn't realize people were still doing Pokemon Go.
well, at
when
least two.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
two. But when you said I don't like the electric ones, and I think this is telling of my perception of you, I thought you'd invented some kind of analog version of Pokemon Go, where you were sort of finding somehow real facsimiles of Pokemon.
Just
in
real
your-
animals.
What that's called.
Just a real fox. I'm like,
just collecting mustelids or something.
Sort of just whipping sort of rocks at animals.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like Dennis the Menace, just like shooting animals with a catapult.
Or you can
Collecting Tories at the Conservative Club as your Pokemon.
you can graduate to the next level, and you can try to catch the electric Pokemon that are driving on the big motorways, and you can try to catch them from overpasses.
Yeah, exactly.
buckets of paint.
Yeah.
I've now just imagined a Fritzl basement of minor
really?
Tory politicians.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. You've imagined a Fritzl basement. Crazy. It's something that's never happened before.
People keep disappearing from the Conservative Club.
Uh-huh.
We don't know where they've ended up.
Maybe they've ended up in the basement of the guy that can't stop fucking talking about Fritzl basements.
No.
Maybe that's where they are.
That Austrian man keeps
At
coming
this
in
point-
here.
at
This
this
is the
And
point,
he's so right wing.
Hold on.
This is
Milo,
the fastest you've ever.
at this point, I have to think that you're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for the world's dumbest cop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I only want to be caught by the world's dumbest cop. Look, I can't afford a basement.
Yeah, this is England.
Look at me. Yeah, I work in the arts in the UK.
so you can afford a sort of Fritzl cold drop cellar. Essentially.
I've got like one guy in there.
Where's a shed? Non-permanent shed.
It's got to be a small guy. Oh yeah, I've got like a conservatory.
You're never going to get planning
Yeah.
for your Fritzl shit.
I've had to paint all the windows black so no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
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 It'd be brutal to be held captive in a conservatory.
It would be brutal to be held captive.
No. But what I mean is,
This is the angriest I've ever seen Riley. Ever.
just to know about yourself that you could have broken the glass, but on a deep level you chose not to. You know?
Yeah, because it would be rude.
It'd be messy.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
throws the first stone.
Uh-huh.
The most British form of captivity. I won't escape because it would be rude.
Trapped in a conservatory out of politeness.
Uh-huh.
Two extremely British things at once.
Well, he told me to wait here, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go before he gets back.
Rude.
Yeah.
But no, I was saying, I have an update on your favorite guy.
Yes,
Uh,
I had a routine about the someone who I was informed described to me as the piss goblin.
Oh,
of,
in
yeah.
Germany,
Yes,
in Berlin.
Yes,
Yeah.
Berlin.
Oh,
Is
I
he on
like this.
Pokemon Go?
You don't want to go to his gym.
He's a new type of Pokemon, the piss
Yeah.
type.
If you have to go there, don't drink anything.
Yeah, they're weak to electricity. They're like water type, but water and earth.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Water and earth mixed together.
Mm.
The piss.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
piss Pokemon.
The
Where
piss
does that
man.
come from?
No.
So what's the update?
The update is he's not doing it anymore.
He's retired?
Has he
Yeah,
had
he
enough
lost
piss?
the lust.
Did he find out what piss was?
Oh my god!
I've been doing what? He's hung up his piss?
Why are you
I thought
using
this
your
was
willy? Put your willy away.
It's
So he's just taking his piss and he's hanging up above the fireplace. No more.
he's just hung up his piss funnel.
Yeah.
Like, those were some crazy times. Well, That's it for me, I
It's on
suppose.
the mantelpiece.
Well, he's
I
just
guess
going to be telling his granddads one day. Once I
granddads?
was the pish man.
One day he's going to be telling his
granddads?
his two granddads.
Granddads, I've gathered you here today, even though you are not related.
They're like, let's get you to bed, grandson.
I didn't bring grandmoms because I didn't think they'd understand.
No, this is Germany. It's a very modern country. Both of my grandmothers died, and then my two grandfathers got together. They
met
live
at a
together.
funeral.
Yeah, they both wear sandals everywhere. They have a great time.
Yeah, with socks.
So the piss man gathered his two grandfathers together.
Yeah.
No, so a good friend of mine sort of knew him and said what happened is that he, and I really can't believe this happened. He became unwell.
Now hold on.
No. The math is not mathing.
That doesn't seem likely. A man who's always covered in waste became sick.
He would drink the piss.
I'm sure.
He would always drink the piss. And
someone needs to tell Wim Hof about this, and all the other guys who are drinking their piss.
So it's a myth that piss is sterile.
Sterile?
It's a myth, right?
It's got to be a myth,
Of
doesn't
course
it? Because
it's
if
a
you have a
myth.
bladder infection,
Yeah.
you have a bladder
So
infection.
hypothetically, you shouldn't be drinking piss.
Not just
Myth?
hypothetically.
Myth
Very
busted.
specifically.
Specifically.
You should
never-
not be drinking piss.
Tried.
I distinctly remember Dr. House saying the pee is sterile. I'm sure it's wrong, but I'm Googling it.
You've never tried drinking piss. Please elaborate.
No, but do you know Nathan For You?
Yeah.
And the episode when the shopkeeper tells him that he drinks if you get really scared and stressed, you can drink a small child's piss and it calms you down.
What?
But it's not a sexual thing. He's
Wait, what?
do you remember this? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, as long as they're not 3 years old. And it's the only time in that show I've ever seen Nathan break character.
They can be older or younger than 3.
I think they have to be under a certain age. I don't know. But the shopkeeper's like, yeah, if you're really scared and you don't feel well, you drink a small child's piss. Not over 3, but a small child's piss makes you feel better.
At that point, you call the police if you're Nathan Fielder, right?
It's fascinating to imagine that guy, but he's not abusing children at all. He's just like, look, you fill the cup. I'm not interested in what's going on in there. I just want to drink it for non-sexual reasons.
Hang on, how
I
scared?
genuinely believe in the tonic property.
How scared am I that I'm reaching into my Batman belt for my little piss vial that's labeled less than 3 years old?
But you're not scared about telling people about the vial of young boy's piss.
I'm not so
But maybe
scared that
you're so relaxed. You're so relaxed that you're just able to share this information.
It's kind of
freely.
like MDMA. You just become really uninhibited and you just sort of tell people about your love of drinking young boys' piss.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he even specifies boy.
Oh, okay.
hard to collect.
Yeah. Well, there's
Potty.
sort of a,
They're all peeing in potties at that age.
True.
so
That's
the-
what I assume. But I was like, is there a benefit?
Well, no, I don't think that the shopkeeper.
I'm not going to do
Well,
it.
time for a word from our sponsor, young child piss.
Child piss.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
because it made me wonder
Ethically
about
harvested.
all those celebrities that be drinking the adrenaline of scared children. You know.
What?
Yeah, the adrenochrome.
Yeah, my kid is 5, but his pissing age is 2 to 6.
So that's fine.
He pisses
Very
at the first
wide
grade
pissing
level.
age.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just answer you? Urine is normally sterile
Mm.
when produced in the kidney and stored in the bladder, but it is likely to become non-sterile as it leaves the body.
Sergeant Billy.
Through
So
the pipes.
we're all right.
Bad pipes.
Yeah.
But if you're plugging straight into the bladder,
You've got a kind of
Good to
reverse
go.
IV.
good to go.
A catheter.
Yeah. Well, but I suppose, you could just catheterize. But you have to sanitize the catheter between guys.
You
But
just
you
get one of those
should.
straws that goes.
Capri
Like a
Sun.
silly
Yeah.
straw.
Yeah, but due to woke, it can't be plastic anymore.
No, paper straw for the dick is
Oh.
terrible.
No. We
The
shan't be
dick
going.
is a straw.
We shan't be going
Get
there.
over this.
We shan't be going there. I don't want to talk about anything gruesome.
I just have to exercise a thought that came
Okay,
into
I'm
my
sorry.
mind.
This motherfucker just said he doesn't want to talk about anything gruesome. You brought up the piss goblin.
It's not
It's
gruesome.
It's
He's
not quite body horror.
he's a quirky fella.
Okay, so hang on.
He's very sick.
While Olga was talking,
Because-
a vision came into my mind of a T-shirt that says "Piss is just urine leaving the body."
That's good.
Like that's how we should do all
Like
of
a-
our merch is by the medium of things appearing to you in a dream.
Like like a magma lava situation.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so he got too ill and he can't do it anymore. The doctor said, you must never drink more piss.
But is it even worth living?
Doctor, I'm sad because I've lost my favorite thing to do. Well, just go drink some piss in the local nightclub. They say that the piss man will be there. And he'll tell you about, but doctor, I am the piss man.
He's like, not anymore.
That's the Pagliacci thing.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him outside of the gas mask he normally wears.
Anyway, I thought you'd like to know.
I do
what
like
if he
to know.
drank piss with that straw? Is it Bill Gates invented?
It just becomes water then. Then it's no longer
God
piss.
damn it, it's not the same.
Realistically, if you think about it, we're all kind of doing that all the time, just on a very large distributed scale.
Yeah.
But now, what was he unwell with?
That I don't know. I'm a friend of
Could be
someone.
anything.
I'm a friend of someone who knows him or knew him at the time.
Should I Google what can you get from piss?
Oh, I think I can work it out. Because, wait, no, it's
Okay.
that one that sounds like, oh no, I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work with words.
It could be any number of STIs,
The
obviously.
ammonia poisoning?
Yeah, probably ammonia.
It could be any number of
Just
STIs.
because urine
or
is sterile doesn't mean it's healthy.
But he got
Arsenic
away
is
with
sterile.
it for so many years.
Oh, fun. The WHO has found that pathogens contained in urine rarely pose a health risk. So I guess it's just a numbers game for him.
Yeah.
It's rare, but if it's every day, there's
It's
there's
like a
higher
large
chance.
number. Also,
Yeah.
don't forget, just because something is sterile doesn't mean that it's healthy.
But it's sterile till it leaves.
Yeah. And even then.
Urine may also be consumed as a sexual activity. Thank you,
No.
Wikipedia.
Also as?
Surely sexual is number one.
Also as?
Can you find
Someone
out
going,
about...
wait, there's some sick people out there who do this for kicks.
Well, they do it for
I hate this. I do it for my family.
I'm just doing it because I feel stressed.
I'm afraid. I'm just filled with fear.
I'm just doing it to demonstrate how excited I am about this hardcore band. I'm looking at Tom. That's a real thing, right? What? Isn't it Australia? I thought it's a punk thing where people who get really excited about a punk band will piss in their own mouths.
Hang on, we need to figure out where
Well,
this
the
comes
gigs
from.
Riley's been going to.
There's a flat worm that you could get through urine, and that's the only health warning on the Wikipedia.
On the Wikipedia.
The Urinopedia page.
Urinopedia. They seem biased. I don't know if I trust Urinopedia. Though.
A lot fewer pages on that website than Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Yeah.
According to drinkyourpiss.net, it's actually a very courageous and intellectual thing to do.
Drinkyourpiss.net receiving a lot of complaints from people who drink other people's piss, as
Yes,
they find it to be exclusionary.
Sorry, we're not all introverts.
Some
Some of us drink other people's. Some of us like to have a community around us.
Well, also, the real problem, right? The real problem. It's not if you're drinking piss or if you're drinking piss most nights. It's if you're doing it alone or in the morning.
But that's when I always do my biggest pisses, alone in the morning.
Oh no, but the ones in the morning are the most loaded.
Yeah, that's true.
Loaded.
Please expand on that.
Like loaded fries.
It's like night time's like lemonade, morning's like cloudy apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
actually fair. With pulp.
Do you think the piss goblin wanted more like nighttime piss or morning piss? There was like a preference.
I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, really, because like.
To the
you're sort of-
to
one's
the
more
taste, it
fragrant
must.
than the other. One's
Well, but
waterier.
Remember that the people who are there pissing on or in the guy
Yeah.
are doing so from a position most likely of having already been awake for quite some time.
Yeah, and
do
drinking a lot of drinks.
you think it's like
Yeah.
the shaman thing?
The what?
You know the shamans like in the north, and they go around and they drink reindeer piss because the reindeers have eaten the hallucinogenic mushrooms. And sometimes these mushrooms are poisonous to people, but what they do is they wait till the reindeers eat the mushrooms, then they drink their piss and they trip. And I imagine there's drugs in these clubs.
Oh,
think
yeah.
there
Ooh,
might
I wonder if you could get
Yes.
MDMA through piss.
It's the cheapest way to get high.
It's
Just let
He's
other
just a big
people who use
cheapskate.
drugs piss in your mouth loads.
He just won't buy any drugs.
It's like Luwak coffee, but for drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, do you know the whole story about Luwak coffee?
What is Luwak coffee?
What is the whole story?
So the whole
Sorry, am
story
I
is
not right?
there was this thing
Sorry.
for a while that suggested that there was an animal that when it ate coffee beans and then it would pass them through whole, right?
The
And
bucket
that
list.
if you took that poo and then peeled and roasted those coffee beans, you would make excellent coffee out
Oh,
of it.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But however, it was, and then what happened is there was this belief, wow, how amazing. And so people started farming these animals so that they would, and then just feeding them coffee beans so they would pass through their digestive tract. And then They would, of course, make quite ordinary coffee out of them because what happened is they were just really good at finding the best beans.
Yeah, that's what they told me. That
So what we could do right now
that.
is we could flash up the classic midwit diagram on the screen right now, which is the diagram of the plane with the red marks on it.
Yeah.
It's basically that.
What's the plane of the the fire escapes?
the diagram where it's going the exits are here and here.
That's how you show someone
You
who
have
sort of
to
missed the
vogue
point.
it. That's how they do it.
Basically, they were trying to build planes that are like resistant to attacks, and then they were modeling these planes. Can
Like
someone
in the
explain
Second
this?
World War, planes were coming back damaged from like bombing runs, and so they said, okay, well, let's armor the places on the plane that have taken the most damage, as opposed to but those are the planes that returned, which means those are the least important parts to armor.
Because all the other planes got taken down and wouldn't actually manage to return.
That's
Yeah.
that's very funny.
It's something that people.
Why do you think people who like bands piss in their own mouths out of excitement? Where has this
I
come
remember
from?
there was a story about a guy in Australia, and there was a picture of him pissing in his own mouth because he was so hyped about a concert, and I assumed that was like a normal thing in the punk
But where
scene.
was this picture?
Oh, well, drinkyourownpiss.org.
Of course. and Europedia
Pissopedia.
Commons.
Yeah.
So Europedia Commons image.
I would love to search for that now so I could remember the context. However, I do not want to. What I don't want
Our
to
lovely
do.
producer has
it.
found it.
Producer
Amazing.
Thomas found it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's going to ruin your Google ads.
I mean, he is doing it.
People
It's
from
a-
with average intelligence love to post about
It's quite an impressive
How-
level of force he's directing. He's pissing upwards.
oh, okay.
He's not on the floor.
So he's arcing.
It was
It's
from
not
the-
even arcing. It looks like
it's a straight
like a
line.
laser beam into
Oh,
his own mouth.
wow.
It's impressive.
So the man
The
has
thing
got...
is, it's a Shawn Mendes show.
Shawn Mendes just has that effect on people.
Well, I will say that the thing is, I mean, maybe I'm projecting too much on this. Okay, don't want to Google it, but I will take a picture of it.
This is the most boomer thing I've ever seen you do.
I will say,
No, it's very clever. I tried to
But I
screenshot
will
some things
say-
recently, and you can't always.
on Raya especially, you need a second phone.
Yeah, you
to
can get in
take
trouble
pictures.
for that.
Exactly.
Oh.
So I will say, he looks like he's like wants to
I don't know if
impress
he knows
people.
he's being photographed.
Oh my god.
You see what I mean? It's like a laser beam.
It's the way he's like holding it in two thumb
It
and
is impressive.
forefinger like that.
Mhm.
And
Say
then,
what you will, it's impressive.
and also the balls are out of the fly of the
Maybe-
jeans for no reason.
Maybe he just didn't want to make a mess.
Yeah. He's doing the comedian Carl Donnelly once referred to peeing at a urinal with your balls out as giving the boys a holiday, which I always think about. Such a funny
Giving the boys
giving
a
the boys a
holiday.
holiday. Yeah, it's really
Give it a little
funny.
bit of fresh air.
But he's giving the boys a holiday. That guy.
Mhm.
Do you think
Yeah.
he's holding his dick like this to try and make it tight enough to achieve
Yeah,
that level?
100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
like getting,
that must-
like getting a
like-
hose to
Yeah,
spray.
Yeah.
You need to hit the end of the garden, but you're only you
You've
only
got
have
like
this much
shower
hose
head
left.
Yeah.
settings.
Yeah.
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 That guy's got like a Karcher pressure washer down there. He's got a pneumatic pump.
He's just
working.
whitening his teeth.
The thing is, that's the only way he can piss because
Flossing.
with that pressure,
Air pick.
pissing
probably
onto a
would whiten your
surface
teeth.
means he pushes himself off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the only way he can piss.
Mhm.
like a jetpack.
Exactly.
A forward-facing jetpack.
Wait, no, he's the other guy from your show, the guy who would shatter a urinal with the sheer
The
force
sheer
of his
force
urine.
of his urine.
There you
Yeah.
go.
My show seemed quite pissy in the context of this show.
If
Every
you're
show's,
watching this, don't go and see Pierre. Just get entirely
Yeah,
mediated
yeah.
through this.
every show's got one piss routine and one routine about chicken.
Yeah.
That's almost true, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
not
your
a bad
chicken
thing.
routine?
There's a few.
We were talking about one of my other fat habits.
Yes, yeah.
The chicken habit.
Yeah,
What's
eating a
your
lot
chicken
of
habit?
thighs.
So what happened is when I was living in halls, and before I sort of got basically what I used to do is work out twice a day, but eat like a sociopath. I ate like
Like
a
human flesh.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to be superlative. I didn't mean to be so specific. I ate like an absolute demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human souls.
Yeah, I was eating souls. And I would go to the gym like twice a day, so I could keep eating like a demon.
Yeah.
I'm now aware that maybe that was contributing to my like 10,000 calorie a day appetite.
Yeah.
Never mind. So I was living in halls. This was many years ago, and I would be like, well, that halls meal obviously wasn't sufficient. There's no universe in which amount of food they gave me was enough. So I'd be like, I'm just going to pop to the shops. I'm going to buy a punnet of chicken thighs. I'm going to bring them home. I'm going to eat one so I can have the extra protein for after the meal. And then that's going to last me the week because there are 5 chicken thighs in a punnet.
Yeah, I don't like the word punnet when attached to chicken thighs. Like, I can't say that it's wrong, but there's something kind of eldritch.
Berries, yeah.
Basket of chicken and a punnet.
A tray.
Well, in
like a picnic for a dog.
5 days is a long day.
Let's get a lovely punnet of chicken thighs.
Well,
5 days is a long time for cooked chicken.
Well, don't worry, Marjolein. It never lasted that long. And what would happen is that as I was walking back from the shop, I would be so overwhelmed with hunger that I would take out my key, puncture the plastic lid, open
You're doing
it.
a key of chicken thighs. When the guys come out of the toilet at the comedy club and you can just tell their keys dripping with chicken juice.
It's like when they do a bust in a movie. Put the key in the chicken. Rub it on your gums. Yeah, this is chicken.
It's good stuff. Wait. So just the guy just grows an extra bicep.
Yeah. No, it's if you wanted to do the like sort of wisecracking buddy cops in the 80s movie, they'd key the chicken and then they'd say something like "Bok bok, you're going to the coop," and then the credits would play.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
I'm just thinking of the opening scene of the terrible movie Tango and Cash, where Sylvester Stallone is like, "Hey, look, it's snowing." He pulls. It's
That's
terrible.
a good Stallone.
Thank you.
That was a good Stallone.
Thank you.
I've got no idea about Tango and Cash, but that was
Tango and Cash is one of the worst buddy cop
It's a movie
movies
about
ever
a
made.
mentally
So
disabled
is that one
detective.
guy's named Tango and the other one's Cash?
Yeah, Tango and Cash.
No fucking way.
Yeah, that's where they're. So and it's Sylvester Stallone is like an independently wealthy cop that just does it because he loves being like an action cop.
Like Elvis Presley.
Essentially, yeah. And they should have got together. It's Sylvester Stallone, another conservative
Tango and
celebrity.
Elvis. Like the Nixon and Elvis cop show.
No, he was Stallone was Tango, Kurt Russell was Cash.
Elvis Presley was obsessed with becoming a cop, and so he went to Nixon and asked him to be a cop.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a special like Boy Scout cop. We talked
And
about
Nixon
it
was
last
like,
episode.
"Nah, it's okay."
He would show up at like traffic incidents and stuff because he had a police scanner and he was
He's
friends with the police.
The Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
That's exactly
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Elvis.
but I'm just remembering.
Imagine that you're like bleeding out from a car accident and then you just see Elvis in like the full white suit with the quiff and the sunglasses just like looming over you.
Shit, tutting.
You have the right to remain silent, mama. That's not great.
too fast, Mom.
Oh yes, there we go.
What I will say is, after that episode, I realized that Johnny Bravo sounds exactly like Elvis Presley.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, that Johnny Bravo's voice is an Elvis impression.
And his obsession with doing sort of fake kung fu karate moves and stuff.
Yeah.
That's late period Elvis.
Yeah,
Oh,
and his
really?
hair also is Elvis.
Yeah, well, he'd stop.
And the ladies.
Yeah, and the
Mhm.
ladies. He'd stop
Johnny-
his concerts and just do karate chops and stuff in Vegas for like 5 minutes.
I love the
Dudes
concept
rock!
of late period Elvis, like he's like feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Of course, in the fat period,
I think-
Elvis became obsessed with karate chops.
I think if you become weird enough in different decades, you're lucky enough to get divided into eras. David Bowie did it deliberately through personas. Elvis did it by genuinely becoming an unsettlingly different
It was
and
like-
odd man.
It was like the Jomon period was characterized by elaborate burial mounds and then sort of pottery offerings, and then the fat period was characterized by karate chops on stage.
And rhinestones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, lots of that. Oh.
I'm Bruce Lee, mama. I'm gonna defeat the triads, mama. They took my uncle. That feels like the plot of a kung fu movie.
We could
Why is that
hard-
expression so fucking
hard boiled too, soft boiled.
We're gonna help Elvis. He's gotta get his uncle back from the triads.
Any case, so
Sorry,
what
I've
happened?
just learned so much. I need to catch up. My brain is so full.
So,
This podcast is often like that.
I would
I did not know
key
this
the
about Elvis.
punnet of chicken
Oh, that's why.
Open
Yeah,
it.
sorry, yeah.
while walking back to my halls of residence and say, well, I'm just going to eat one.
Are you eating it raw? What's going
No,
on?
it's cooked chicken.
Oh, okay. This changes everything. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
Okay,
You'd be as ill
okay.
as a piss man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was quite Stephen Bartlett. What I do is
Yeah.
I eat raw chicken
Raw
on the way
chicken
back
is-
from the gym.
Not sterile.
No, raw chicken, definitely not sterile.
See, that's a common misconception.
Unless you boil it in piss.
Well, it's
Then it's the most sterile thing possible.
Could you use piss to sterilize?
it's not sterile.
If it was
It's
boiled.
sterile in the bladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the raw
We've
chicken is
discussed
sterile
this.
until it leaves the bladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would just eat 5 pieces of chicken before I actually got home. And then I would bin I would bin the bones and like the sort of punnet in an outdoor bin. And then someone would be like, "Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to go get some more food." And I was just like, "I didn't."
So
I
would
just
you
went
eat
for
it
one of
walking
my
or?
greasy walks.
I just went for a greasy, furtive walk.
I find coming back greasy and smelling of chicken is enough for me. I don't need the hit of consumption of chicken.
If you'll excuse me, I need to lie down and burp quietly for about an hour.
Would you sit down or eat it walking?
Walking.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
baby.
a meaty ice cream.
Sort of, yeah.
Well, it's got the holder.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
What's
these
the
were
cone
thighs.
made of?
These were thighs.
Well, thighs?
They have the bone, but the bone's entirely inside.
But you could eat it like an apple.
Yeah. Well, or you just, or
Eat it like
That's
an
the disgust
apple.
of a thin man.
Yeah.
That's the disgust of a thin man.
I love
baby.
food, but I also have a lot of like visceral, gruesome horror for like bad food. And the unseasoned, cold cooked chicken breast from the supermarket is that's a horror food for me.
Yeah, and as the skin isn't crispy, so it just pulls.
yeah.
Oh yeah, vile. Yeah, just really
Again.
like it
Oh,
feels
and
like
the
something
fa-
you'd
and
feed
the
to a
fat
dog.
becomes the jelly.
Milo, here's my question for you: how hungry do you have to be walking past a Sainsbury's and then be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go eat 5 chicken thighs like they're apples.
I'd have to have escaped from like a jigsaw type situation. Like
But
that's
still,
like the level.
still wearing half a trap.
Is that your old boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just all chicken thighs from
Yeah.
Tesco.
Call him for Elf.
There's
British old boy.
There's a bit in my book where I talk about having the horror you had when I was young about cold chicken drumsticks,
Oh,
like
yeah,
cooked
yeah.
ones, you know.
Yeah.
And I described the skin as bollock leather,
Oh. Yeah.
greasy,
Yeah.
cold bollock leather.
It
also-
is like that.
Why
So it
does
doesn't scare me.
smells?
Let's go.
I can't really smell most things, but cooked chicken just smells of farts, and
It
it's so
does, yeah.
distressing.
Yeah.
It's just
Wait,
methane.
is that a COVID thing?
No, if you open the packet of cooked chicken, it smells
Yeah, it
pretty
smells
farty.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm asking because she just said that she can't smell most.
I
things, so
can't- well, like-
I'm asking whether
oh.
it's a COVID thing.
I don't really smell like I can't. I don't smell much really.
No
I
need
don't,
to shower if you're near Murray Lane.
I don't.
I showered pointlessly this morning.
Yeah.
Don't make the same mistake.
I've not had a good sense of smell for ages, but I think it's because my nose is so like clogged up all the time, like all the
Oh,
time.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
That was in there this
I'm
whole
a fellow
time.
sinus sufferer. I also don't
Yeah.
smell a lot.
But it's really bad because I often eat rotten food because of it, because I just don't know what's in order to date. Like every year, without fail, at some point I'll eat a rotten egg.
But rotten egg smells so bad. Like you can't smell a rotten egg.
Every year.
Like just
You can
like at the same
chicken
time
smells
of
of farts
At
to you, but
Halloween.
you can't smell a rotten
I
egg.
just buy a ton of eggs and leave the 6th one for 10 months.
You buy a dozen eggs at the beginning of the year, but then it's one a month.
I'd been away from home for a while, and I got home, and then this happened like years ago. I used to work in this lighthouse, and I was having breakfast. So I went to the lighthouse, and I couldn't find any eggs. But then I went in the back room behind the kitchen, and I found one egg. I found one egg just lying there, and I was like, "That's
Found
good."
this egg in the back room of a lighthouse.
Was it
It's
in
the
the
start
nest?
of like a fucking Stephen King novel. Not breakfast.
Also, if it's in the back room of like a building people don't live in all the time, that could have been a pigeon egg.
No, it was in my house. It was in my mum and dad's house.
Oh, it wasn't in the lighthouse.
But I just
Oh,
boiled
okay.
it up, and then I went to eat it. And when I was eating it, like, it just occurred to me that I probably have only ever tasted the pepper and the salt of the egg to a great effect. Like, I can't taste food, but in the morning, there's not much going on. And then every spoonful, it was like the consistency of wet sand.
Oh.
That's not a good
boy,
egg.
That's vivid as hell.
Anyway,
Not a good.
So you thought there's a lot of
almost finished it when my dad came in, and my dad's like, oh, what's that smell? And it was only when he like almost spewed that I realised it was like how you taste it all of a sudden. And I was like, that's so rotten.
Did you not do
And I
the...
had the last spoonful, so I just went for it because it was like, it
No.
felt like an achievement. at that point.
hold on. You were
Might
like,
as well finish
this
it.
is so rotten.
Yeah, because it was like the last spoonful, and you know when you get a bit competitive with yourself. And
You're doing like jackass on yourself, but like no cameras, like just for the sheer like Bushido honor of it.
just go to a lighthouse for a day and feel really sick.
Also, this story was so disgusting that we buried the lead of you worked in a lighthouse.
Yeah, for like a couple summers.
That's a very 19th century job.
Like Willem Dafoe in that movie, The Lighthouse.
Yeah, did you have to wear like a fake beard or like were they?
No, I was just like in the visitor centre area, but it was really fun. It's a nature reserve, and there was birds everywhere. One day a guillemot. I don't. These are all Shetland words. So I don't know if they're so exciting because we have Shetland names for birds, and I forget which is Shetland, which is English. So we've got bonksies.
Bonksies is Shetland.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna guess Shetland.
It's a great skewer, like massive predator birds.
Okay.
Predatory, but they're like massive birds. Basically, one day when we were walking to work, a bonksy had stolen a guillemot's egg and dropped it in front of us, and it wasn't cracked, and I picked it up, and it was still warm. But there was no way to know.
Had you had breakfast?
Oh, it's a huge bird, a bonksy.
Oh, it's real big and scary. When they bomb at you,
it's the Shetland bird that does sort of pretentious graffiti around the island. It's like two birds kissing. And these are male birds, by the way. Is written underneath.
Okay, you say that, but there's actually spray paint by bonksies. Like I'm not joking. I'm not losing my mind. There's like a lot of like passing place signs. You know, passing places.
Yeah.
When the road's so narrow, you have to have a little lay-by. Yeah, and then there's someone called Bonksy who keeps graffitiing them all.
Okay, that's
really?
sick.
Okay.
Like
That's
it's
great.
actually already happening.
Amazing.
Like someone was like, "Hey, the guy from Massive Attack he's named like the birds from here, so let's spray it up."
Do you know who Banksy is?
Oh, Riley's his manager.
I assumed he was the guy from Massive Attack. I thought that was widely known.
But
I thought that was a theory.
That's just a theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know someone who knows who it is, and the person I know who knows who Banksy is, it makes so much sense.
Is it Riley?
No, but I'd want to say on here because I feel like I'm saying I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh.
Okay.
He's a guy who hangs out at a lot of motorway overpasses.
Gives me
It's
my
actually
eggs.
a girl who's constantly holding a balloon.
Self-portraits.
Using the actual girl as a stencil.
It's two in love policemen.
He's helping to normalize our love.
It's
That's why we agreed to participate in his little project.
I thought they were him, and it's a self-portrait.
I was speaking to these rats who were being swept under a brick wall that a 50s housewife was lifting up, and they told me about the true identity of Banksy.
Did you have to live in the lighthouse, or did you commute to the lighthouse?
I commuted to the Lighthouse.
Okay.
Like an hour's drive every day.
Mm-hmm. You were just there making sure the light stays on.
Well, it was like a visitor centre
Oh,
slash
of course,
nature
yes,
reserve.
visitor
it was
centre.
really nice. But yeah,
What did you end up doing with a lukewarm egg?
so I got really excited, but there's no way we could get it back to the guillemots because they live so far down the cliffs. And also, fun fact about guillemots, they lay one egg a year. But if they lose an egg early enough, they can still lay one second egg that year, so they still have a chick.
Okay.
So it was really early on in the season. So what I did was I put the egg in my oxter, my armpit, and kept it warm so I could hatch my own guillemot chick.
And did you?
Well, I kept it in my armpit for a couple of days, which really annoyed my boss because I couldn't do any work because I didn't want to move my arm and like crack the egg.
You become like a human incubator.
Yeah, so I was just me and this egg for a couple of days against the world. And then one night I was lying in bed and I had this dream that this beautiful silvery guillemot of light was next to me and then just flew off up into the air. And it was really beautiful, but really sad. When I woke up, I'd let go of the egg and it was lying cold at the end of the bed. And I think that was its spirit leaving me because I failed to keep it alive.
Oh.
So now you're just left with you and the spirit of that rotten egg.
I kept the egg whole and I've hidden it in the house.
Oh, is it still?
It's still around. Oh, well, you're waiting for it to be good enough to eat.
Yeah. But
So
I'm
it's sort of like the Norman Bates of birds. Like you've got this like decaying sort of bird fetus.
Wet sand.
wet
God
time.
damn.
But yes, I've got this
Oh, a
guillemot.
guillemot is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I know. I really wanted a pet guillemot, but they all said I wouldn't be able to feed it.
What would you have to feed it?
Sand eels. They ate so many sand eels, the fattiest of the fish. Like, how'd you get hold of them?
How would you get hold of a
Yeah,
sand?
they don't have them in Lidl.
They're there. That's it, eating a sand eel.
Yeah.
Middle
It's like
aisle,
a
maybe.
thick worm.
Middle aisle when it's Shetland week at Lidl. Like, jar of sand eels.
Rotten eggs, sand eel.
Miniature lighthouse that goes on your bedside table.
Can I bring to the table the thing that I want to talk
Yes.
about?
Please.
Yeah.
Unless you want to talk more about the piss goblin.
No. I had one last thing to say, which is, have we ever addressed that we've now moved to a weekly schedule? of recording this show? Like we never even mentioned there was a Patreon for the first 22 episodes.
Yeah. We never even mentioned that it was a podcast. Technically.
We probably should say at some point that we're moving now to a weekly release schedule.
Well, we have moved as of last week.
We will have already moved to a weekly release schedule.
You may have noticed that you're seeing more of us.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for this. It's by design.
Yeah. There's more glue now in your little pot.
So now, for the same money, you're going to get twice as many, essentially.
That's right. Double the glue. It's twice as much value.
We were always intending to do that. It was just a matter of scheduling. Anyway, the scheduling lined up. It's not funny, but we should tell them.
Yeah. And you're doing it in quite a defensive way, which I'm enjoying. We determine what the schedule is. Yeah. They're not our boss.
You're saying it to them in the tone of someone trying to justify a lot of drilling to a neighbor. Look, it's just once the wall is done, then
just
once,
you
once
making your basement for all your Tories. It's gonna break through the crust.
Look, don't worry about what's going down there. All right? Don't know why I was so.
Friezel's neighbor was the only one complaining, but just about the noise.
No. Boo! Victory!
You're slowly turning this into the Joe Rogan experience in a way that I really admire the moxie of.
I never drunk kids' piss. Open your eyes.
Yeah, everything we talk about on this podcast could be on the Joe Rogan
There's
experience. It would just be discussed in a different
under
tone.
the world's ocean.
There you go.
Why are you just looking at... Is that a picture of Britney Spears?
No, I was looking up. I was trying to find out about this sort of additional ocean. And then when I hit back, it just went, just a picture of a lady was there.
Yeah.
Just just a woman's face.
Is that the Urine website again?
Homeowners, get your will sorted from just £19.99.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
That's a good deal.
I'll do this for a while.
Yeah, get your
It's
will.
a very good deal.
That Urine website.
I mean, I wouldn't trust I wouldn't trust a pop-up on the ocean website. The website with the secret ocean has a pop-up about doing your will. I don't want to do that will.
I think we should put our seats on Glue Factory in our wills, so the only people who can replace us are people that we nominate in the will.
Yeah.
But I choose Pierre.
Aww. Well, Pierre, you're...
Presumably we're all going to die in the same terrible accident.
Piss related.
Piss related.
Well, what will happen
Podcast
is
fire.
the sort of additional ocean will kind of reach up and swallow the studio and then bring it all down.
I like that as an advert. Our research shows that people interested in secret oceans are generally quite close to death. So we'll advertise the wills on the Secret Ocean website.
Not in health terms, but just in terms of what they intend to do.
Maybe it's because they've got Phileas Fogg tendencies where they want to travel so far into the crust of the earth they might die, so they need to write a will before they go.
Yeah, sci-fi adventure stuff.
What? He wasn't real.
Phileas Fogg?
I knew that. He's a lion. To the bottom of the earth.
Is this the reservoir of water that's hidden in the earth mantle more than 400 miles below the surface?
Sounds right.
Yeah, there we go.
Sounds right.
People who searched for the hidden body of water hidden in the mantle of the earth also searched for used oil rig drilling equipment.
And asked, why am I so thirsty? Thirsty.
I would love to get some used oil rig drilling equipment.
Yeah, and then sell it on for a profit.
No. Well, yes, exactly.
Oh, is that why?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You're not even looking for the secret ocean under the
Not
ocean?
even for kink.
Do you remember when they finished digging the Channel Tunnel and then they just sold the drill online? Didn't that happen? Did I imagine that?
Well, we're not going to need this anymore. Where else are we going to build a tunnel to? Belgium? That'd be fucking ridiculous. It was controversial enough building one to France.
Adding 1p at the last minute to the $10 trillion bid for the...
waking up in a pile of beer cans like, oh fuck, I think I went on eBay while I was drunk.
Yeah.
It's like awaiting payment.
Yeah.
£5 billion for the Channel Tunnel drill.
And it's not even ULEZ compliant.
No, that's the worst bit.
You're not even going to be able to get to work.
Yeah, you've got to wait till it's 40 years old, then it's technically a classic. Does the ULEZ zone extend below the earth though? Can you just drill your way into town?
ULEZ is a sphere. Yeah.
Bursting your way through the wall of the deepest tube station, like Holborn or something, and just climbing out. You can't stop me. There's no law this far down.
There are so many laws saying we can stop you. There are tons of laws.
What are you going to do? Drill after me? I only drill.
Only the laws of the mole apply.